What's up, guys? Boy, Benny. There was lots of trolling last night at Joe Biden's State of the Union. Donald Trump truthing the drugs are wearing off. Donald Trump also, of course, posting this Snapchat meme of Joe Biden. Shockingly accurate, actually. Like this image right here is shockingly accurate, in fact. But there was another type of trolling going on, and that's what was happening on Tucker Carlson's first live on X. Tucker Carlson went live to millions of followers and had a very, very sobering and, quite frankly, dark take on a very, very dark and sobering speech. Tucker Carlson's live last night, which featured Alex Jones and Victor Davis Hansen, has been seen by 12 million people and, well, really did some unbelievable numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Carlson began by saying this is the darkest, most un-American speech ever given by an American president.
Good evening and welcome to the Tucker Carlson Network live. Well, that was quite an experience watching that. You know, you think of Joe Biden as a doddering old man, a guy who can't remember when his son died or when he served as vice president. And of course, that's exactly who he is, and it's on display every day. But Joe Biden is also a cruel and vicious demagogue, a man who has no problem at all denouncing his fellow Americans or putting his political opponents in prison as he has done. And that was all on display tonight. That was possibly the darkest, most un-American speech ever given by an American president. In fact, it wasn't a speech. It was a rant, entirely lacking in decency or generosity to his fellow Americans.
Tucker Carlson on fire. Joe Biden can't win in a fair election. Joe Biden will lose. They're going to steal the election. And now they're saying so out loud. Tucker Carlson, take it away.
And so what this means is that underneath all of the talk is a dire political reality. Joe Biden can't win. In a fair election, Joe Biden will lose in November. He cannot win. That's the thing that nobody in any media wants to say out loud. In a fair election, Joe Biden cannot win. So, again, they can't win, but they're not giving up. So what does that tell you? Well, they're going to steal the election. And we know they're going to steal the election because they're now saying so out loud. Here is the Attorney General of the United States, the chief law enforcement officer of this country in Selma, Alabama, just the other day. Listen to this.
The right to vote is still under attack. And that is why the Justice Department is fighting back. That is why one of the first things I did when I came into office was to double the size of the voting section of the Civil Rights Division. That is why we are challenging efforts by states and jurisdictions to implement discriminatory, burdensome, and unnecessary restrictions on access to the ballot, including those related to mail-in voting, the use of drop boxes, and voter ID requirements. That is why we are working to block the adoption of discriminatory redistricting plans that dilute the vote of black voters and other voters of color.
Did you catch that? Of course, you're a racist. That's always the takeaway. But consider the details of what the Attorney General of the United States just said. Mail-in balloting, drop boxes, voter ID requirements. The chief law enforcement officer of the United States government is telling you that it's immoral, in fact racist, in fact illegal, to ask people for their IDs when they vote to verify they are who they say they are.
Tucker Carlson that had Alex Jones on his program in studio for the live. Alex Jones, earpiece out, went in on the amount of lies that Joe Biden told in order to counter all of the lies, trying to literally lie us out of existence. Go.
Why do they lie so much? They think we're dumb or what's going on?
Yeah.
They want to tell so many lies that you don't have time to counter them all. Because it would take 5 hours to counter all that. I mean,
I gave up in my note-taking.
Yeah, everything was a lie. And, I mean, the biggest one was like, yeah, this woman got killed by a illegal alien. We're trying to stop that. I want to shut down the border. He said, when I win, immediately surge the border. And then they had the big NGOs, the State Department that funds the UN NGOs, have all the illegals come up here. They have UN camps in South America and Central America and in Mexico. And he's running it all. He says, come here. They show up by the thousands in Biden shirts. So he's like, I'm so sad the illegal aliens are killing you, and many of them are convicted felons, a large portion, and then he's acting dumb and saying, oh, no, I'm really sad. Illegal aliens are raping and murdering citizens. So just that little window there, he's playing the good cop to his own globalist policies. Everything that the State Department, the Victoria Nuland's want, and you're absolutely right. First he comes out and says Trump is Hitler, and then he moves on to Ukraine. So it's not about the dying cities, it's not about the fentanyl and the needles, the illegal aliens everywhere, and the homeless everywhere. It's all about Ukraine, because that's their big model to distract us and also launder money. So this is a very, very dangerous moment for America.
Finally, Tucker Carlson spoke with Victor Davis Hansen, who had another sobering take on what actually occurred at the State of the Union. One of my favorite intellectuals currently living right now, Victor Davis Hansen.
What did you make of that? What does that mean, do you think?
Well, I've never seen in general an angrier speech. I mean,
Yes.
I think the left's happy because he didn't stumble, but he only isn't coherent when he's full of venom and he's angry. Get off
Yes.
my... This was Phantom of the Opera #2, and I've never seen a president interact and yell at the opposition. And you know, Tucker, he attacked the Supreme Court, and he was having a dialogue, an invective against the Supreme Court justices in the chamber. And so he's a very angry guy, and you were absolutely right, he's a demagogue. And then it was lie under lie. I couldn't believe when he talked about the deficit and the debt. He's on schedule, if he were to be reelected, to run up $15 trillion. We're borrowing, I should say, or printing $1 trillion every 100 days under him. We've never seen anything like it, $7 trillion. And yet he says he's lowered the debt or deficit.
As ever, we encourage you to tune in yourself, see Tucker Carlson's content, follow his network, and be informed, because Tucker Carlson's producing the best content he's ever produced right now. And he's doing it totally untethered and capable of actually saying the things that he believes, which is awesome. And seeing Tucker Carlson content now versus when he was at Fox, you can really see how the guy's changed in a very, very good way, right? With all the shackles off, the content has gotten exceedingly based. And we need more of that. We need more truth telling. The truth shall set you free. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.